Hey everybody, so I just finished up a photo that was an older photo, quite older actually. This is actually from 2008, and it was photographed with a Nikon D3, and it was during a trip to Philadelphia. I was actually on my way to the Eastern State Penitentiary. I was in the back of a Jeep, and so top was down, I believe. This is actually taken from the Jeep. We didn't even stop. But it looks like I'm up high on this building, or the building across from it, and really I'm not. So I want to show you how I went from this, which is the original, down from street level, to this, which looks like I'm higher up on the building, across from this building. And also the perspective is a lot better. You can see it's from there to here. So basically, let me just make a quick virtual copy again. If I go to the develop console, the first thing that I want to show you I did was I went to lens correction, and I made a full lens correction, which didn't actually get me all the way. Let me show you what it did. So here is the original without the lens correction, right there, okay? And then here it is with the full lens correction. It takes a little bit of time because it's using a lot of the CPU right now. I'm also exporting some photos right now, so it's taking a lot of the CPU, and it's going to slow down Lightroom. But so with the full perspective, you can see it actually brought the whole image in, both horizontally and vertically. It's actually quite nice. But the cropping I didn't really like, so then I went through and I actually changed the cropping. I brought it in tighter. And I'll just show you real quick. I did this, pretty much went to about the edge there. Okay, and then after I got the cropping how I wanted it to, right away you can see that it's an upright. It's it's normal perspective. There's no distortion from being on ground level shooting up at the building. The next thing I want to do is then bring in some of the tone, because if you look at the original. The original is very flat, the sky is bright white, but I knew that there was more because I actually did some brackets of this while we were in the Jeep, and so I knew that there was actually some sky going on that day, so I knew that I could recover something. And so, Lightroom's actually starting to go very slow right now. Okay. So what I did was I took the brush tool and I actually added a brush in 3 different spots. The first one I did was the sky up here. So you can see if I show the brush, I actually just got the sky up here. And what I did was I brought the exposure down, the contrast up, and the highlights down, and then I added a blue tint to it. And that brought back that blueness in the sky and the nice clouds that were there. The next thing I did was actually went to here, and if I show you the brush, all I did was brush some clarity and a little bit of contrast and a little bit less highlights over these pillars. Now I can always adjust this even more, of course, but you get the idea of what I did. All I want to do was bring those out more than the actual wall. So it adds a little bit more 3-dimension to this building, which has 3 dimensions, of course. There's so many dimensions here. So instead of just having a flat building, I have a little bit of texture to pop off of that even more. And the last brush I did was this one. Let's show this one. And of course, I can fill it in even more. But what I did was basically bring up the shadows and the exposure, just a hair for the exposure and a lot for the shadows. Because the original, if I close this, go back to the original is actually very dark and almost basically black in that center. You can see right here, it's very dark. So that's how I went from this to this. Basically using Lightroom brush tool, which is my favorite thing in Lightroom because you have so much flexibility, and then the lens correction tool, which is so powerful because there's so much you can do as far as automatically getting there and then manually adjusting even further as needed, and then just a little bit of cropping. So there you go. That's from this to this. Thanks for watching.